I'm standing on the rooftop of a 6-bedroom Mediterranean style villa 20 kilometers south of Da Nang. It has a private pool, cinema room, herbal sauna, rooftop jacuzzi, and it's only steps away from the beach. But the craziest part about this villa, it's not the luxury, it's the price. This is quite a residential area, but you still do have a few restaurants and shops if you're wanting to get drinks. You got some laundry there if you need to get your clothes washed. Yeah, everything you need within kind of a 100 or 200 meter radius. More construction going on there. Everybody is doing renos or building something in Vietnam at the moment. It's absolutely wild. And while that may be a detractor for some of you, unfortunately, it is just part of life here now. It's very busy and there's a lot of building. And the reason for that is because a lot of people want to come here. One of the most striking features about this property is the floor-to-ceiling glass doors that wrap around the entire ground floor of the property. Now, not only is this great for natural light, but it also creates a seamless indoor-outdoor flow. Immediately, you're just welcomed by that sea breeze. Whew. Very, very appreciated in these hot tropical days. Let's go check out the rest of the property. So the living space, all the furniture is wooden with leather. Some of it looks a little bit worse for wear, but this is a very new property and it's, I think, been totally built and renovated in May of 2025. I'll have to check that with the owner. The kitchen is definitely designed with entertainment in mind, with a deep sink, rice cooker, plenty of glassware, plates, cutlery, and pots and pans to cook up a feast. The oven looks like it's never been used. I guess not a lot of people come here to bake stuff. Microwave. Sitting for 12 people. This villa is themed in the Mediterranean style, and you can see that the owners really made a lot of effort to replicate that theme throughout the entire property with small details. These inlays carved into the wall are just another example of that. Let's go check out upstairs. So as I mentioned, this property has 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, and 4 of the bedrooms have balconies like this one. You've got windows on both sides, which do allow plenty of natural light to come in. And there is just kind of a seamless indoor-outdoor flow throughout this property, not just on the ground floor, but even as you come up to the higher levels. Plenty of outdoor space, plenty of outdoor areas. And why wouldn't you want to be outdoors when it's 30 degrees and sunny? Something else that you always need to check is how blackout the curtains are. I'd probably give that like a 6 or 7 out of 10. It is 3 p.m. though, to be fair, so we'll try again in the morning and see how these go. So all the rooms in this villa have numbers on, and that's actually by design. Every single one of these villas' rooms have a mini fridge, kettle and teacups, and safe. And of course, an ensuite. So there is a purpose to these little windows which open into the bedroom, and you can probably see it in the background there. That is a TV. You can watch TV from this bathtub. Pretty cool. Also in the bathrooms, it's worth noting that the fixtures are all gold. I don't think they're actually gold plated, but they do look very nice. And they've got quite a retro aesthetic to them. That is pretty unusual. Got your shower coming from the ceiling as well. Now the way that these villas been designed is that every single room has its own key card, which essentially means it operates like a hotel room. And I would say each one of these bedrooms is probably nicer than the majority of Western hotels, especially at this price point. And I will share the price point later. It is going to blow you away. It's incredibly cheap for what you get. the middle room. Ensuite on the left. Now this ensuite is slightly different. It doesn't have a bath, but it does have a very large shower. I would say that you could probably fit about 10 people in that shower. It's huge. Another really nice touch about this place is the branding. All the towers have King Villa branding on it. So each floor has exactly the same layout. The 2 bedrooms at either end are exactly the same, just facing the other way. And the bedrooms in the middle are also identical. So if you were to have a bunch of friends come over, or let's say you have 2 families sharing this property, you could essentially just take 1 floor each. So this little spa, you can actually get a masseuse to come over and give you a massage. And the prices are very reasonable. So an hour is about 350 to 500, depending on which treatment that you choose. You just basically give them a call and they'll come and give you a massage in your own private spa. Pretty cool. Let's go check out this balcony here. So we're at the back of the rooftop here. Got some birds making some noise. Got quite an epic view into Hoi An itself. It's Hoi An Old Town in the distance there. Little breakfast bar set up here if you wanted to have a coffee, or maybe if you were entertaining. I'd say this would be quite a good space to have a bit of a party or a gathering, have some mates on the rooftop on this side. And it's quite easy to do because you also have a private powder room and shower. So let me just show you that quickly. It's the shower. So if you are using the jacuzzi, you need to wash off, you can. Vanity there, and powder room. So this is bathroom number 8, in case you've lost count. Let's go check out the outside. The real cellar of this place. A rooftop jacuzzi and sunbathing spot. So this is the steam room. I'm going to use that later and I'll give you a proper rundown on how that goes. I've never had a jacuzzi on a rooftop with a view of the ocean before. Have you? Let me know in the comments, man. Maybe I've just been living the cheap life for too long, but this seems like pretty incredible luxury to me. And I don't want to keep harping on, but when you hear how much this place cost me just for a night, you're going to be surprised at how affordable this kind of lifestyle is in Vietnam. So as you can see, it's not the nicest beach, this one, but it's pretty quiet. And it's only about, what was that, 4 minutes walk or something like that? Yeah, about 300 meters, and then you're on the beach. The sand is really hot though, so I'm gonna go back in the shade. So it's 5:30 and all the lights around the house and outside just turned on automatically. I assume it's on some kind of a timer. Yeah, a little bit creepy if you don't plan for it. Everything just went on all of a sudden. I guess in a luxury house, this is maybe something you can expect. As the sun dipped below the horizon, this place really comes into its own. With a Grab delivery on the way, we decided it was about time to test out one of the coolest features of this villa, the movie room.
This is for the soundproofing, and it's actually quite effective, and actually the walls are also soundproofed.
And of course, it wouldn't be Vietnam if you didn't have a karaoke set up.
The age of imperialism and conquest, and the expansion of the British theorizing about how it might be done, was Meyer Amschel Rothschild.
So I think I said that it was a sauna. It is obviously a steam room. Still, a very cool inclusion and something that you would never find in your average hotel room in Sydney or LA. So I'll come back in 10 minutes and hopefully it'll be hot. Never thought I'd say this, but I think I'm gonna go call off in the jacuzzi. You definitely wouldn't want to be epileptic. This thing changes colors more fucking times than a chameleon. Look at that, now it's red. So I actually slept really well last night. The mattresses had this like fluffy topper on them. It's like sleeping on a cloud. I'm gonna get some work done for a couple of hours, so this is probably a good time to show you guys the Wi-Fi speed. Okay, let's check out the Wi-Fi speed. Very fast. Okay, so how much was this place? For the night that I stayed, which was the 15th of April 2026, this 6-bedroom, 8-bathroom beachside villa with a pool, spa, steam, jacuzzi and movie room was only $213 US. I think it's fair to say you would never find anything in the West with this kind of value for that price. I think it's also worth mentioning that we're coming into the peak season at the moment in Hoi An. So it's getting really, really busy and it's hard to find places even locally for that kind of price. Just check out booking.com. To be completely honest, it was too big. We only used one of the 6 bedrooms and I made the mistake of choosing the oceanside room on the 3rd floor, which had a really nice view, but every time you forget something downstairs, which happened numerous times, you're making trips. To really get the most out of this place, you'd be better off bringing a family or a group of mates. If you were able to occupy all 6 rooms in this villa, it would work out to be only $35 per night. Not bad value to enjoy this phenomenal property. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys what money can buy you here in Vietnam. I mean, $213 really isn't a lot of money for a place like this, but let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Would you ever want to stay in somewhere like this? Do you think it's worth the money? Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and check out this 8 property tour that I did in Da Nang last month to get an idea of some longer term rental options that are available. See you next time.